to FTX 82425. As far as objectives today, based on what the squadron leadership selected, Felix wanted to do some kind of low-level ingress with laser-guided pop-up attacks. Knight wanted to do some low-level ingress to do some deep strikes with dumb bombs, but also require at least 2 refills on the ingress and egress. Devil is going to do some air-to-air against some Cold War era aircraft, and the 14th is going to be doing some CAS JTAC work with Lightning, otherwise known as Raiders. As far as weather goes, we got winds 300 at 5, 10 miles of visibility, clouds scattered at 8,000 and 23,000, temperatures 10 degrees, and altimeter 3001. Mission start time is 0700 local. No real important communication. That's do pay attention to the crossroads messaging that pops up on your screen. It'll be informational for you, especially Felix and Knight tonight. As far as ROE goes, based on your squadron leadership's discretion, you will be cleared in and weapons release per their instructions, and obviously nothing greater than 500-pound munitions inside urbanized areas, as well as clusters only authorized on the airfields. As far as Bullseye goes, it's at the Sukhumi airfield. Coordinates are there as follows. As far as AWACS goes, I've got 3 AWACS up in the air tonight. One for basically each of the ones that we are going to need them. So Knight, you're going to be using Wizard 1 on 268. Devil's going to have Dark Star 1 on 260. And Felix will have Dark Star 2 on 260.25. As far as Texacos go, they've all been grounded. You shouldn't need any of it. At least that's what I got from the leadership. As far as the shells, we got 3 shells up in a tanker box and recovery Arco 2 at the carrier. No fire support or ground forces. So looking at this, carrier group is out here in the water. Felix is operating up here at objective 50. Basically, there's some SAM threats that are kind of bordering this. You guys are going to ingress through those and pull a strike on the airfield, and be mindful that there are some possible scrambles coming your way. For Ronin, you're operating here up at Objective 51. Excuse me. Objective 51, where Raiders, you'll have a vehicle parked up on a hillside and looking down on the airfield, and you can coordinate with them, get them in and out. For Knight, off the carrier, flowing over to the tanker box. Once you guys are there, flow to your hold point and then make your ingress to Objective 52. Be mindful that you'll be probably have some kind of alert aircraft flowing your way out of this area as well. And then for Devil, we'll be coming out of Kabileti and working out of the HP, or I'm sorry, this box down over here, spawning some air-to-air aircraft. Get our air-to-air on. Any questions with that?
200, taxi elevator 2 to Kaga.
Five. 6.
Yeah, 5 and 6 are switched, but you shouldn't have to use those tonight.
Roger.
A lot of updates happened today, and I don't think they all made it in here.
Gotcha. Well, there goes my lead.
Boss 102, elevator 1, taxiing to Cat 2.
Boss 200, light up and wait, Cat 3.
Why are we all shooting off at 3?
I was really hoping the other one was gonna pass me. I'm moving to Cat 1. Boss 200, switching from Cat 3 to Cat 1.
And 4 is still good to use as long as we get Cat 3 loaded first, right?
Affirm.
Boss 104, taxi Conga line to Cat 3 for immediate departure.
This is 1 takeoff briefing to follow. Standard Cat 1, Case 1 departure. After departure and clear of carrier airspace, proceed direct steer point 1. Climb and maintain flight level 200. We will rejoin at flight level 200.
Flight level 200 after case 1, head to waypoint.
Affirm.
Boss 100 is off the Fantail, Cat 1.
200 intention, Cat 1 switching. "15-second spacing. 1's gonna go ahead and salute.
Oh, roger. Boss 203, intention Cat 2 switch. Two-wheel.
Night 2, Night 1 is both wheels up and proceeding out of carrier airspace. Leaving carrier airspace, switching.
What are you switching?
What? 9, wizard.
Oh, roger. Up on that. Got you in sight, rejoin.
Clear rejoin right loose.
Right loose, right.
And I'm showing shell 154 from our position.
154, roger.
Visual.
Saddle.
At flight level 200, 1,000 to go. We are going to maintain 350 in the box.
350 in the box, roger. Looking for Angels 2.
Night 2, this is 1. Night 1's at flight level 200, currently heading direct steer point 2, 90 miles out, and we will rejoin with shell 1.
Night 2. So what's the best setting for rock eyes? Isn't it like nose fuse only and CCIP, or can you do auto?
I am not sure, to be honest. I haven't messed with the dumb clusters too much. I'm CCIPing them with a nose fuse, though, personally.
Roger, okay.
Or my mechanical fuse only gives me pry and OPT.
Pry is what I'm using. Night 2, this is what?
Night 2.
Confirming you guys are monitoring Wizard and no other frequencies.
Night 1, Night 2.
Go for 1.
Interrogative, thought you were hailing me.
Yeah, affirmative. My message didn't come through confirming that you guys are monitoring button 9 Wizard, and that's the only frequency being monitored. No additional.
Copy that.
Affirmative.
Take a mic. I personally would have rather taken some FFARs instead of clusters.
What's the FFAR?
Hydras.
Oh.
I love Hydras, man. Any opportunity I can have to employ them is a win in my book.
Yeah, I was talking to Holmes about doing like a FAT-Gay mission with Rocket. Oh, right, I got 2.5 X-ray.
Confirming 079 for 143.
Yep, 279, 140. Or 079.
Yeah, you're from 079er. After steer point 1, we're gonna couple to TACAN to 5 X-ray and we'll proceed direct.
2. You doing any ripples or anything like that, or are you just gonna do single drop?
Single roll-in drops.
Or
If you have your drop profile up, I'm gonna work on both my 45 and my 30-degree dive, and then with my high drag, I'll probably do the 15-degree dive.
Okay.
And I'm switching over to TACAN time now. Checking left to TACAN.
2.
I'm curious if we're gonna have company with Devil.
Shell 111. Request rejoin.
Are they working that area?
I heard people calling the tanker, unless that was others of us, but it might be Devil. If it is, we'll see some cran eaters.
Nice.
If they're over there, I plan on doing a Wiggles move and coming in observation right and rolling over the top into observation left.
Roger.
And 2, let's pick up speed 400.
Yeah, I don't have any high drags on mine.
I wonder what are Rockeyes low drag or no drag? I always thought they had a drag profile.
I don't think they have a drag.
Alright, never mind then. I'm going to stick with my 30 and 45 degree dive profiles then.
I know they have some fins, I think, to spin out, like to start spinning, but I don't think it's a drag effect.
Got it. One is which is safe, nose cold, and 2 you are clear to strip and proceed direct to tanker.
Roger.
Night 2, passing waypoint 1, feet dry.
Night 1 is 30 miles out from Shelf. Also feet dry.
This might be the last round of Marines fueling here.
Agreed, we might have empty baskets by the time we get there. You have eyes on Taker yet?
Yeah, it's to your 3 o'clock.
No visuals. Appears to be chicks in tow as well.
I don't see anybody.
Okay.
And my essay page is not letting me switch around.
Yeah, it looks like they're off. I'm gonna move in. 3 contacts left.
Roger.
Confirm. No one on it.
Ready, recontact.
Is that our tanker?
It might not be.
Yeah, mine still shows in front of it.
Let me make sure if this isn't Shell 2. If it's Shell 2, we can use Shell 2. A firm, this is Shell 2. I'm gonna call Shell 2.
Abort rejoin. Shell 211. Request rejoin.
And Night 2, this is 1. We switched over to Shell 2. We are moving into contact now.
Ready, recontact.
I wonder where my essay page is stuck at scale 5.
That's weird.
Definitely weird.
Buddy Spike, F-18.
Alright, I'm playing a little catch up here. Be there in a bit.
All good.
Master arm off, nose cold, 6.6. I'll be coming straight in on the right.
What is my KT?
Night 1, Night 2, interrogative. Was there some sort of problem with Shell 1, or did you just go to Shell 2 at a preference?
We had visual on Shell 2 and thought it was Shell 1, so we turned and rejoined with it, and by the time we realized, we were already almost recontact.
Copy that.
Sliding in on the.
Moving observation, right?
Alright, switching. Call it right when you came off, so it gave me the left side.
That's unfortunate.
Sliding over.
To stay on my right, we're gonna go left, direct steer point 3.
Roger.
And we'll hold 300 in the box. Night 2, this is night 1. We are transfer complete, currently 4-6 miles out from home point.
Night 2.
One's off comms, 3 mics. One back on comms.
About 20 nautical miles away, fenced in, 4.4 air.
Climb flight level 200 for altitude segregation at steer point 3. We're going to go into a left-handed orbit. Start field until night 2 arrives.
Rudder.
Night 2, this is 1.
Night 2.
Night 2, be advised, night 1 is 15 miles out from home point. What's your sit rep?
Just wrapped up on shell 1.
And say distance to home point. Looks like you guys are close.
Uh, 6 miles, we're right on top of it.
Copy that. Night 2-2 interrogative. What did you want for spacing?
I'm happy with your discretion for spacing.
That was specifically for homes. I thought he had called out a time briefing between the 2 flights for fluid.
I'd say you guys have just a little bit farther of a drive and for spacing, but as long as we get there within probably 2 or 3 minutes of each other, we'll be okay. Because once we enter that threat ring, then the timer starts.
Hey, copy that. We are 6 miles from flow in. We will call when we are flowing in and descending to low level. To go into half-mile trail.
I would say the timing
Keep
doesn't need to
visual on
be
me.
exact, but ballpark.
And I
Two.
have 9-3 Yankee yardstick up.
Roger, I'll put you have 9-3, or you want me to put 9-3?
You have 9-3. I have 3-0 up.
Roger.
Switch it, steer point 4. Night 2, this is 1. Night 1 has started our flow in towards steer point 4.
Affirm.
Mach 0.8, Rudder. NOE.
2, this is 1. Currently 19 miles out from steer point 4. We are going to maintain Mach 0.8 for the low level run. Preparing to descend.
Copy that.
One rolling in.
2.
I2, this is 1. We are down to the earth, starting our level.
Night 1, Night 2, we're turning back towards waypoint 3, and we're gonna run in as soon as we hit it. Night 2 is about 15 miles from waypoint 3.
You're at point 8 right now?
Was setting up my pages, I'm re-accelerating. I got slow. Sorry about that too. Got tunnel vision on my displays. Set up backwards.
All good, man. 0.5 behind you, 0.8 by.
Beautiful.
Just kind of point out the target to me because I got TACAN up, keeping range on you and not waypoint.
All good. Start my next turn.
This is too much fun.
There's nothing like some low-level flying.
Altitude. Altitude. Night 2, this is what?
Night 2.
Night 1's exiting low level, flowing towards target.
Hey, firm, we are 12 miles from waypoint 4. Need to get over a ridge line before we can descend to low level.
2, we're gonna keep it low, and then we'll execute our pop at 1.5 miles. Our target should be on the right side of the ramp.
Right side, right.
And if you need to, if it would be easier, you could just pull back behind me a little bit further, like 2 miles, and just watch for my splash.
Roger, doing it.
What's popping?
Right.
What has targets in sight?
2. 2's popping.
Pickle times 1. One's coming around for another pass to the left. 2, this is 1. First pickle's away on our target. We're circling around for a second pass. I'm gonna flow out towards the west and then come back on the runway heading.
Roger. Coming in for a run right now.
One's in.
Two's off to the right, off to the west.
Altitude. Altitude.
Pickle times 2. Pickle times 1.
Two's in from the west. Pickle times 2.
I'm down to my rock eyes. I'm turning it.
Off to the south.
In from
Switching
the
to
west.
rock. Roger.
Night 2, this is 1. 1's down to our rock eyes. We're coming in for our last pass as timeout.
Two's re-attack on the south.
Altitude.
Nickel times 1. I'm coming back around for the aircraft on the red. Out to the west.
Pickle times 1, off to the east.
Night 2, pixel 1.
Oh, it's way off on that rock eye.
One is in from the east.
Two's coming in from the east as well. West, I mean.
Altitude. Altitude.
Nickel. Out to the north.
Roger, I got you in sight, coming in.
Heading direct, steer point 11. Low level.
Pickle.
Night 2, this is 1.
Good.
Night 1 is Remington and outbound towards steer point 11, low level.
Copy that.
Got you in sight, joining up.
Same deal, Mach 0.5 will hold low level through the mountains. Correction, Mach 0.8.
Alright, Roger.
One's fenced out, stay ready.
Two's fence out, 9.3. About 2 miles behind.
One. And now we're nice and light too.
Oh yeah. Thanks for the flare. Probably some good fishing in that river there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do this one for a mission.
Don't worry, Afghanistan will offer lots of opportunities.
was talking to Holmes about this too. Have you noticed that if you do chaff and flare on bypass, it'll spit like one extra out every time?
I did not. I really need to mess with my data cartridge and set up my countermeasures.
Oh, like in the file itself?
Yes, in the pre-programmed.
Because I'm tired. I switched to bypass. I'm so tired of setting up my chaff and flares every time I load into the cockpit.
Agreed. Yeah, I've just left mine in bypass, so I definitely need to set up my data cartridge, and then, I mean, it'll be nice to just be able to deploy one, for example, during night missions, so your wingman can see you.
Right.
Climbing to flight level 200. I-2, this is 1. We are climbing to flight level 200. Exited optimal airspace. Push the nose down. And I'm gonna hold 350 in the box. And let's proceed direct to shell 1.
Right.
And slight check right onto coupled heading.
2.
We'll pick it up 400. Assuming you got fuel on it, state 7.3.
7.2.
Pick it up 400.
You said shell 1, correct?
Affirm 25 X-ray.
Shell 111. Request rejoin.
Alright, I'm up button 12. And somebody low below us, left to right, no pack.
Confirm. Hey, after we finish taking, you have lead for taking us back to the boat.
Right.
And visual of the tanker. Moving to rejoin.
2.
Switch is safe. No, it's cold.
2.
How much gas you will take?
Let me see how far mom's over. Braking left. I'd say about 7, or go to 8.
Copy that. 8.
Rejoin on your left, a little up.
Moving pre-contact left.
Ready, pre-contact. Ready,
It's
pre-contact.
definitely not the time to go heads down.
This is true. Of course, the pilots that need the reps aren't here.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm 8,000.
Abort rejoin.
Moving observation right.
$8K coming up.
1. Sliding right and back.
2.
One request rejoin.
Okay, rejoin. Heads down first. Alright, got Mom at 208. Let's go to Blade Land Angels 3rd.
1 and 1 saddle right.
Alright, 5-degree climb.
Night 2, this is 1. We are off shell, RTV to mother.
Night 2, copy that.
Switch button 3 on channel 1.
1.
We're still making calls, all that stuff to Marshall, Mom, all that.
All we're doing is getting the BRC from it. Other than that, we're just doing zip whip operations. So just calling in the initial for handoff, and then C with 10.
Right.
And then you'll call them all.
Roger.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what?
Alright, let's just start leveling off. Alright, level Angels 3. You have any issues with time, or do you want to run by F-Pass?
Doesn't matter to me.
Alright, let's bring it down to Mach 0.85. We'll keep it a little fast.
1 Mach 0.85.
First one in the chow hall gets the better chicken quesadillas.
Amen.
We would come back from long flights, and you know, officers get all these different privileges. So we would, after a long flight, if our chow hall was closed, we would ask them to get these chicken quesadillas that they make on the spot for them. They were so, dude, after like 3 months, they were like, it's like gold in your mouth.
They give you the
So
shits
good.
the next day.
Oh no, no. You know, I forgot what I ate that day. Did a punch out happen to come on while I'm talking about that shit too? He's making my, I'm like, I know I'm gonna find some shit emoji on my plane that he's gonna like zap with.
I need to put stickers in my cockpit like Wiggles.
Oh, his cockpit's got stickers in it?
Yes, that dude spent hours on Photoshop and has some stickers in his cockpit. You know, up above the UFC where it's just the blank metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has stickers there, and then next to his ECM knob, that other blank metal panel, he has stickers there.
No shit. Yeah, I gotta get on, so I just don't want to pay for Photoshop to do that, but I want to be able to do little stuff like that.
If you sweet talk Frank, he might do it for you.
Yeah. I don't know, he's you know, he hooked me up with my helmet and stuff, you know, I hate asking, you know, I know it's a lot of work, I know it's a pain in the ass.
When we're done, look up paint.net. It has a lot of the same functionality as Photoshop, and it has, like, it can do exactly what you're trying to do, and it's free. Paint.net.
Oh, nice, okay. Yeah, DM me that.
Will do. The only reason I pay for Photoshop is because I need Premiere Pro to edit my videos, and it's just cheaper to get a package.
What's the monthly cost for that?
$20, but I use it quite a bit.
That's not bad, man.
No, it really isn't. I mean, because Photoshop, that's what allows me to do all, like, the color correction. Have you noticed how my photos, like, the lighting looks different?
Yeah.
That's all automatic through Photoshop. I use it a lot for, like, the slide decks and stuff like that, so I definitely feel like I get, like, my use out of it.
No, I bet. And you guys do all, like, the kneeboard cards and all that stuff in there too, right?
Yeah, because how we do the kneeboard cards is it's a Google Sheets file, and then we put in all the information. You download it as a PDF, and Photoshop, I can't find any other program that does it. We'll import the PDF into Photoshop, and then we resize it and save it as a PNG.
Yeah, I'll probably just fork over the $20. Especially if I'm going to help Holmes do stuff for the week.
It is helpful. Now, if you're not going to use it for the video editing stuff, I do think they have a where you can pay for just the app, and it's cheaper. I think it's like $10.
Yeah, I'll probably look into that one. Nice.
Night 1, Night 2.
Go for night.
Just a radio check, having some tech diff.
Roger, here you Lima Charlie. Alright, getting ready to go. Feet wet, just make sure you got your positive lights on. Check your altimeter and make sure you got it set to 500 if you set that.
Night 2-2, Night 2-1, do you copy on mids alpha? Speaking to you on mids bravo.
What the fuck is he asking to check for feet wet? Night 1 did copy your last. Night 2.
From Night 2 was having some tech diff. I think Night 2-2 might have disconnected. Unless I'm completely lost in the sauce here.
Looks like it based on
Isn't he Night 2-2?
Concur, yeah, he's still in the sky, just SRS, I think.
Looks like he might be back on SRS.
Night 2, Night 1, we are feet. Your aircraft weight about 35.5.
35.6. Affirm.
Roger. Alright, about 50 miles to go, I'll make a check-in from there, and then we'll start a slow descent.
What?
And I'll make sure I keep the throttle cracked so I don't jam you. How's the 15 withdrawals going?
Honestly, just fine. There's only a couple little things that I really miss. The big things is the thrust to weight ratio on that jet is just unbelievable. And so it's been different to practice my SAM evasions because in the 15 you just turn and burn with very limited maneuvers because you're so fast. Whereas in the 18 there's a lot more maneuvering to it. As stupid as this sounds, I do miss the fucking visor, because it is so nice when the sun's bright just to put your visor down.
Oh, you guys had a visor in there?
Yeah, we had like a full-on visor that acted like sunglasses, and it fixed all that glare and everything.
Oh shit. Who's painting this right now? 230.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got nothing else in SA. RWR says 231s.
Yeah, affirm, there's 31s back But they're ways back.
160 miles away.
Now they're like a F-14. I do miss the radar. Speaking of that, the radar is just so powerful. 15.
Yeah. You know, the 18 definitely is probably the slowest accelerator for sure.
The thing though that just is cake in the 18 for me is the sensor fusion is so much better than the 15, and the variety of payloads you can carry. You can really carry specialized loadouts for the task at hand.
Oh yeah, I'm a 14 guy, man. I love it. I think it's a sexy ass bird. I love how it flies. I love that bird. I got real tired real fast of the little quirks that happened and the lack of like anything other than GBU-12s and Phoenixes, you know?
True. It's gonna be interesting when the upgrade comes out with the True HUD and the JDAMs and everything.
They're doing that for the 14?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to come out early next year.
That's awesome. Aren't they doing track radar on, or I'm sorry, like the same thing on the 15, like the night vision ground radar for the 18?
Which 15?
I swear I read something on the logs that, or heard something that the F-18 was getting like that ground track radar.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the 15. I'm like, the 15's dead, but yes, I think the 18 is getting the terrain avoidance radar.
Yeah. Was that actual, or are they just adding it?
I believe that's actual.
How are the rest of the guys taking the switch over to the 18s?
Pretty good from what I've heard. Dustin and Frank haven't said anybody's upset about it or anything. I guess some of them are just struggling with tanking, which I don't know how you can boom tank, but can't drone tank.
Yeah, it's I figured it'd be a cakewalk for you guys tanking with a basket.
It is, dude. The basket is so much easier than the boom.
I like getting in the 16 just to do that sometime.
Night 1, Night 2, I'm gonna go Fox 3 on this bandit at 16,000 for a posturing shot. It's well outside of Armac.
Oh, that's a project. We'll see if he makes it back.
Fox 3 again. splash.
Now we're going to keep our hooks up until we get in about 10 nautical miles.
Copy.
What's your fuel state?
5.4.
504 Rudder. Union Marshal 203, hold on hands with 200, marking your 070 for 50 nautical miles. Angels 30. Fuel state, low state 5.2. RTV. Alright, let's come. And we'll just keep the speed.
What?
About a 10-degree descent. Now we're first to the boat, we'll go Angels 2.
What?
Oh, what the hell? Sorry, man, I hit some keyboard button. I think it dropped my throttle.
You're good.
BRC 290.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, we're going to draw it since we're below or behind Mom. We're going to go straight into the initial, so we're going to get down to 800.
What?
Come left. Bringing it up to 5-degree descent. Alright, I'm going to jam the brakes on you here. I won't put my brakes out, but I'm going to drop the throttle.
What?
Okay, at 800. Looking for 350 in the box. Got about 356 in the. And hooks coming down.
2 good hook.
And one's good. I'll do a break over, Mom. Just at the, oh, what's the frickin' front of the ship again?
The bow.
Forecastle. Off the bow, yeah. God forbid, I forgot that. Coming left just a little bit.
Got the see you at 10 call.
Yep, about to do it right now.
Union Marshal 203-200, see you at 10.
Coming right. I'll make that call earlier next time. Sorry about that.
All good.
Union Marshal 203-200 now.
Now I'm going to come right just a little bit. And then I'm going to ease myself back left.
BRC 293-203. in the break. Three Hornball for point.
Red.
200, port of ball, state 4.1.
Green down.
Sweet.
Three wire, welcome aboard. Nice landing.
I'll take it after not flying for a little bit with my one trip. Alright, so our primary objective tonight was to execute a low-level ingress into the AO and complete dumb drop pop-up attacks on a airfield that did not have known surface-to-air defenses. So lined up for Conga behind the 14s. They didn't go to Cat's 1 or 2 for some reason, so Night 1 slid up there so that we could get up in the air. We depart and head towards the tanker. As we get in close to the tanker, we see what we believe to be Shell 1. It was actually Shell 2. Devil was over on Shell 1 anyways, so worked out in our favor to get fuel. So we rejoin with the tanker. Get some gas. And then we head to the hold point. We arrive at hold point at about the same time, which was actually pretty impressive given the delay in us taking off, so thought that was nice. And then we coordinate our flow in and start our low-level mountain run. I was heads down looking at my displays as we entered the route, so made us pull some stupid turns initially. But then we clean it up and get into the mountains. So we stay low level as we approach the airfield. I pull Trip into a little bit of a trail so that he can see the initial splashes to know our target area. I pop, and I'm dropping my 1,000 pounders initially. So dropped it on my area, let's see. So Mark 82 going towards the furthest west area. And shacked multiple targets with that one.
Missed this one. I didn't execute a drop on that. My nose was too high.
All good. We'd rather you play it safe. So we make the call to start a circuit and are just communicating our ingress and egress. So got 2 off there. Nice hits. I execute my pop. Identify my target. I get 2 out initially in this middle area, and then I get a 3rd one over on the fuel tanks. So good effects on my targets there.
Shut my door, please. Joseph.
Trip, what were you going after here? Just vehicles in the open?
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm coming around for my rock eyes. I get 1 off initially on the remaining vehicles I see in this area. And then I see all the aircraft lined up on the ramp and I decide to go back for them.
This is my rock eye pass. I hit some trees on my first one.
Oof.
Yep, I was a little low. So there's a initial bar before the XQ, and I just mistook it, so I came short on that one.
Okay. And I come in for my second rock eye attack targeting these MiG-23s. Looks like they landed out in front of the nose when I was watching it as I flew away. Looks like I did damage them.
Yep. And then this one I got good effects on the helos, I think. The aircraft on the ramp.
Let's jump. And then from here we flow out. And then climb to intercept tanker. So we go and link up with Shell 1. Take 8,000 pounds. And then we are on our jolly way home. And so we come in from the stern, so we go straight into initial. What wire did you get, Trip?
I don't know. I would say it's either a 2 or a 3. Didn't look back. Not used to being the first one landing.
It says 4 on the paddle shack.
That's better. I'd rather get a 4 than a 2.
And then I catch a 3 wire.
Yeah, it was a really good landing. Both of you guys had some really good landings.
Night 2?
After we pushed past you guys on Shell 2, we went for Shell 1, which was empty by the time we got there, pretty much. Are running a little choppy as well, trying to conform to the waypoints in the sequence. Once we got to the target, my 2 drops were both my clusters to get sort of eyes on the target in the first pass, and save the Mark 84s for a better chance at a good drop. So it was clusters on some fuel tanks first, and then trying to line up some aircraft on the ramp with the Mark 84s or Mark 82s. And that was my drops. I'm not sure what Holmes' second drop looked like. We both dropped on the fuel tanks first.
Yeah, I dropped on the fuel tanks with the 82s, and then I went around with the clusters, but they didn't. Wasn't a good effect on the where they dropped.
Yeah. And then we scooted just as the Su-30s were getting up, and then hit up the tanker. On the way back, I slid in for some assistance on the MiG-31 before just heading back at a snail's pace.
Yeah, my I don't know what happened. My PC decided to have like a surge. Next thing I knew, my gear was down and I had no gas, so I had to go back to the tanker before I headed back.
And you had to go help Devil.
Yeah, he wandered in. I was probably like, what is he doing here?
Wait, for some reason I thought that was y'all. I was a little out of it by that point. Kind of running on fumes.
Nope, we were long gone.
Yeah.